Hello everyone, welcome back to Spurs From The Stands. Kickoff has just started, Netherlands versus Sweden. Sorry about that, I was running late. Just jumping in very quickly. How are you guys all doing today? What's the crack? She must have a reason. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry. I was at the splash park and it was Saturday and whatnot. But yes, how are we all doing? We excited for the game? I know, guys. I'm sorry. I need to put the timer up. I need to put the time. I've literally just walked through the door. Literally just walked through the door. So bear with, bear with. But we've all, I'm sure we've all got it on in the background as well. So we're looking forward to it. Two obviously Spurs players in the back lines of the Netherlands, Van Hecke and Van der Ven. Big up, guys. Big up. Team Bergvall or Team Van der Ven? Oh, big question, Callie. I don't know. I don't know. I guess Sweden just because it's the underdog. I guess we guess well, Bergvall isn't starting. He's on the bench. I believe he's on the bench. Yeah. Bergvall's on the bench. I think we want Sweden to win, right? What who do you guys want to win? Who do you guys want to win? I think Sweden. They're the underdogs, aren't they? They're the underdogs, but I see Van Hecke's black eye is still there. I see his black eye. Big up everyone. Hi everyone. 3142. 3142, Sweden's formation. Yeah, guys, I haven't even I'm just looking now, yeah. 3412. 3412. Gyökeres and Isak up top for Netherlands. I mean, sorry, for Sweden, and the Netherlands have quite interesting as well because they're 4-3-3. So they've got Malin Brobby and Gakpo up top as well. So is Somerville in the squad? Somerville's not starting, is he? No, Somerville is on the bench. Maybe one to watch. Obviously, his name has been linked with Spurs. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting up the big up everyone jumping in. Apologies for the delay. How do I? There we go. Right. This is where I am up to. 4 minutes. 4 minutes in. Right. Sorry, guys. I'm with you. I'm with you. Late nights, early mornings. I know, guys. I know. It's what a crazy. Oh my goodness. My body clock is completely gone, guys. Completely gone. Last night wasn't, in terms of games last night, the Brazil Haiti game. I sort of had it on in the background, but I wasn't really paying attention. But Brazil have found their footing in the World Cup. So Brazil have found their footing. Let's see today what both teams can do. Netherlands are on the break. Oh, Netherlands goal. Netherlands goal. Here we go. Brobby with the goal. Already. Oh no, I hope this isn't going to be a hammering for the Netherlands, you know. I hope this isn't going to be a hammering. Go on, Orange Army. Big up, everyone. Big up. I probably should have just done a joint live with Ben and Sim, to be honest, but I guess I don't know if they're going live today. Oh, I mean, I think Netherlands probably have a bit more strength about them. They probably have a bit more pace. Their defense was a bit all over the place. Who was it in the chat that just said they've got three at the back? Who just said they've got three at the back? Do I fancy Bergvall? Hi, Neil. Oh dear. I mean, he's a bit young for me. He's a bit young. Come on, the Dutch. Big up, Peanut. Hello, guys. We're a small room today. We're a small room, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, I'm going to watch it anyway, so it's nice to have people to watch it with. The problem is, if they've got three at the back and Netherlands are doing three attack, it's going to be one-on-one like the entire game. Sweden shot. Straight at the keeper, straight at Verbruggen. I guess we should be looking at Verbruggen in this game as well. That was quite a decent stop from the keeper. Oh, this is a heated game already, guys. I like it. It's quite a heated game. Right. Corner to Sweden. 10 minutes in, we've had a shot each end, one goal. Corner to Sweden. Short corner. Oh, it's just been played straight out. Isn't it funny seeing Isak and Gyökeres playing together? I just find the whole World Cup is a bit funny, isn't it? It's like supporting England and you're supporting like Madueke and Eze. It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, we have to park our rivalries aside. I'm excited for signing Van Hecke, so I kind of want them to win. Yeah, I mean, look, I think the Netherlands kind of need to prove a point after the Japan game, because that Japan game, it was very even Steven, and they both defended very well. But I guess they've proved a point in this game by coming out and scoring early. But if Sweden are playing three at the back, they're going to find it very hard against the strength of this Netherlands team. I mean, the fact that Bergvall can't even get into the team, what does that tell you? I mean, they've got Ayari starting over him, and Ayari is the kid that got 2 goals in the first game for Sweden, and we have been linked with him now. Spurs have been linked with the kid, so how are we feeling about Vuskovic? Are there Spurs fans in the chat today? I hope so. Hi from Melbourne. Blimey, what time is it in Melbourne? Please tell me it's not like 4 in the morning. Have you woken up at 4 in the morning? Scott, check out Nigram from Sweden. We are looking at him apparently. Speaking of body clocks, I have to go. Yeah, I'm sure it is probably like 4 in the morning, isn't it? We need Brobby in our front line. Hang on a minute. Netherlands are on the attack. Cross in. Brobby didn't play. Brobby didn't play the first game, I don't think, for the Netherlands. I think did he come on for Japan? Yeah, he came on as a sub. He came on as a sub in the Japan game. But obviously Malon's been dropped. So he didn't really have a very good game. What do you think of the ref cam? I hated it in the Prem last year. But I actually, for some reason, it seems better. It seems better in the World Cup. Maybe because it's a steadier cam or it's a different cam or better camera. But it kind of made me feel a bit nauseous watching it in the Prem. But it's actually not too bad. And they've got that new technology as well now, where you can see like every angle of the ball being played. It's crazy. The technology is crazy that they're using for this World Cup. Netherlands have definitely started better in this first 10 minutes. definitely started better in these first 10 minutes. You'd even say, just based off the first 10 minutes, I mean, I thought it was going to be a tight game, but Sweden have dropped to 4 at the back here, but I think they're going to struggle with Gakpo, Somerville and Brobby. Netherlands getting in and behind, half shot. They look very attacking, to be fair. Maybe we underestimated them. I know it is a shame Xavi is injured. Do you know what, guys? I don't think he's going to be in De Zerbi's plans. I don't think. I've been thinking about all the transfer links from last night and the whole Vuskovic thing and the meltdown that everyone's having about Vuskovic. And I just think we're going to have such a huge rebuild. I just don't think. Oh, here we go. Netherlands again. They are really. Sweden are really struggling on this right hand side already. Corner. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about last night in the Vuskovic breaking news and stuff. The update on that was it's 42 million plus 3 million add-ons. So that's where the 45 million came from. I think we're going to let go of a lot more players, guys. And I do think Bergvall has a chance of going as well. Just got a feeling he's going to go. We don't really need him. That's the truth. We don't really need him. I mean, it's nice to have these young players. Right, ball in. Headed away. Straight out for a throw-in. 5-second throw-in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they're like, I wonder when the 5 seconds starts. This feels like it's been longer than 5 seconds. Straight out behind. 3 a.m. Oh, you're going to bed. Well, we'll see you for the next game. I'll see you on Monday, Scott. I'll see you on Monday. Yeah, Somerville has started, although it sounds like we're going after Fernandez. That's the latest. Sounds like we're going after Fernandez. Obviously, competition with Man United on that one. And obviously, Tonali is still progressing from what we understand. But we also understand conversations with Man City on Tonali as well. So lots of dominoes to fall. I think Somerville was the backup to Savinho. I do think Savinho is a better player than Somerville. I think he fits De Zerbi's style a little bit more as well. And there was another left winger that we were looking at as well, but I can't remember who it was. It is Callie. I agree. There is this, like I said this yesterday, right? There was like a lot. The minute it broke, everyone jumped into the live, and there was like a huge fever pitch around it. But that's unfortunately, as a club, that is it's we've got like two sides of the coin, don't we? You know, you've got the fans that see the vision and you know, don't mind selling the player to bring someone else in. And then you've got the fans that want to see this player progress at the club. So it's very tricky. Oh, he's offside. Offside. Well, they didn't touch the ball, but it doesn't feel like evening, guys. It feels like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. One thing I am impressed with Robertson last night, he can hoof the ball in the box. That boy has range. Yeah, the Scotland game also wasn't very good, let's be honest. I've sort of had these games on in the background, to be honest, but yeah, the Scotland game was not the best game. I mean, Buwadi is definitely making a name for himself at the World Cup. And oh my goodness, USA, Pochettino pulling that one out the bag. They look amazing. USA, I completely underestimated them. Why would I underestimate Pochettino? I mean, it's a reminder. It's just a reminder, isn't it, of like what a good coach he is. Unbelievable performance from them. I don't think anyone would have expected it, but the crowd just carried them through. Right, it's gone out for... No, it hasn't gone out for a corner. It's gone out for a corner. It's gone out for a goal kick. Another shot, half shot off target for the Netherlands. Brobby does play for Sunderland. He does play for Sunderland, and yeah, he's the one that knocked out Kinski, wasn't he? He was the one that pushed Romero, and Kinski should have probably been sent off the pitch because he was already on a yellow. So that was a very controversial game from last season for sure. Um, I heard we have put a 70 million fee on his head. Who's this? 70 million for who? Is that Vuskovic or 70 million? Who for Bergvall or Romero? Is there anyone in our squad who's 70 mil? James, who's 70 mil? I thought we had signed Tonali, not confirmed yet. Not confirmed yet. Nothing is confirmed till it's signed on the dotted line. The benefit of Tonali is he's Italian, so he's not at the World Cup. So the benefit of both. Oh, 2-0. 2-0. Brobby again, making a point on round two. That was an all right goal. Bit scrappy, but not bad. I think the first goal was probably better. This is going to be a demolishing, guys. Lock in. Lock in. This is going to be a demolishment. Cheers, guys. It's a bit hot for tea today, but I didn't have time to make my iced tea. They're just getting so much space on the wings. My TV's just gone off. No, it hasn't. Just restarted. They were doing the replay, and I've missed the replay because it's the. I don't know what happened to ITV. What is going on? They just cut it to the. They just cut that. Wonder why they didn't show the replay. That was weird. Assist by Dumfries. That second goal. I mean, your right back should never be able to come that far up the pitch and get an assist so openly like that. But I didn't catch the proper replay because it decided to reset. Did anyone else just have that? Robbie will not go to Spurs. I don't know if we. I don't know if he's really a De Zerbi style player. I don't know if he's really. He's had a great season. Sunderland have had a Sunderland have more players at the World Cup than Spurs do. They've got 12 players at the World Cup. And before we signed Van Hecke and Robertson, we had 9 players at the World Cup. So Sunderland have a very, very strong team. I mean, they outperformed anyone's expectations last season. Getting into Europa, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable what they did. Who is Brobby? Brobby's a Netherlands striker. I don't think Mallon's going to get back in. I don't think he's going to get back in the squad after this. Started really well. Sweden cannot get hold of the ball at the moment. Really struggling on this right hand side. Long ball over, back to the keeper. They're really struggling to hold on to it. Yeah, they're going to struggle. I thought they'd have a bit more in midfield. Maybe it is the way that they've set up Sweden. I did think like Isak and Gyökeres, like why they're not pressing. They're just kind of playing very, very deep, Sweden. Like pretty much the entire squad in there playing a high line, but also playing in their own half. So I'm surprised they haven't been able to hold Netherlands out, but pacey wingers, pacey wingers. Yeah, I don't know. It was ITV, wasn't it? Yeah, isn't it? Hi, Nitta. Yeah, the football the USA team is playing is so sweet. It is. It's so good. It's great to see Pochettino living life out there. They've had so many features about Pochettino, and they had an interview the other day with Harry Kane and Pochettino, or like both of them speaking about each other, which was really nice as well. Like a little bit of like an honor towards Pochettino. Harry Kane talking about how he brought him in and stuff. It's all been on ITV. It's getting so much coverage. But I think USA, they're a dark horse. They are going to go far in this. Oh, that was a soft foul. It was a soft foul. Well organised. Yeah, they do look really organised. They look really threatening as well. Really good on the attack. I think people wouldn't have expected it because a lot of their team does play in the US leagues. So maybe slightly more like unknown players to what we're used to. But then African teams are doing really well this World Cup as well. You've got Morocco doing really well. I mean, Turkey, obviously. Well, the first two teams are officially out. Hold on. Cross in, back in. Ball's gone out. Yeah, so the two teams are officially out of the World Cup, and that is Haiti and Turkey. They are the first two official teams to be out the World Cup. And it is a bit of a shame that because of the way that it's working, that it's not based on points. It's based on um it's the hydration break because it's not based on the points and it's based on the goals and the goal difference. It kind of makes that third game in the group a bit redundant. So I don't know how I feel about this format. I don't know if they need to change it because then there's nothing riding on that game. I guess the only thing riding on it is who finishes first and who finishes second in the group, but doesn't make it the most exciting fixtures. That's the problem. I don't know if that means USA are automatically through. And that means they're automatically through, or maybe there's a question mark whether they're going to be first or second in the group. I hate these hydration breaks. Hate these hydration breaks. Yeah. But unfortunate for Haiti and Turkey, and especially unfortunate for Alex, who in our sweepstake has both of them. He has both of them, both of those teams. Um, when will Sweden show up? I don't know, guys. They need something in midfield. They're very light in midfield. I tell you what, we need a half-time break here. It's so hot today. It's very humid in the UK today. Yeah, okay. USA have gone through. Richard just told us in the chat. Yeah, I thought they had. I think there's a question mark whether they finish first or second, right? Because they play Turkey. So I don't think there's a way that Turkey can go through because of the way that the third team in the group is set. It goes through, progresses. These Swedes do not look happy. They do not look happy, and they are definitely the minority. Look at the orange in that stadium. Unreal. Netherlands fans are amazing. The Dutch, they are such good fans. I remember that from the Spain Netherlands final in the World Cup. And that was 2010, right? 2010. I wonder if teams from countries from the tropics have an advantage during summer tournaments, climatized to playing in hot weather conditions. I don't know. I don't know how much this makes a difference. I don't think it's the heat. I think it's more the humidity, but it's not just the humidity. I think it's in Mexico, there's sometimes like high altitude, and I think the high altitude is affecting some of the players, maybe. You could definitely tell that in the Korea Mexico game. It was very sluggish. It was very sluggish, and I think maybe the altitude affected them. But realistically, when we had the last game of the season, it was hot. These players, they train all summer, you know. They know how to handle the heat, or at least they should do. Right, Sweden taking it to the line, but good tackle. I don't actually know if Micky's touched the ball, you know. Micky and Van Hecke, they've had nothing to do, really. Right, corner to Sweden. Yeah, he has touched the ball. Although one of the lesser involved players in the game. Got smacked in the face by his own player. Oh dear. Lindelof. And it was offside. I know they're showing it was onside. They're showing the replay. Gallagher will be wearing number 8 next season. What is he at the moment? What is he at the moment? Doesn't he have quite a high number? Oh, because he'll take Basuma's number. Maybe. Maybe he'll take Basuma's number. Come on, Sweden. Come on the break. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a lot. This is going to be a long game if you're a Sweden fan. I'm so sorry, guys. Where's Ivor? Is Ivor here today? Ivor, are you here? Give us a shout if you're here. Although he's not Swedish. I think he's Norwegian. But we definitely have some Swedes in the chat. Um, the amount of complaining I've heard about the hydration break. Yeah, I mean, there's booing in the stadiums now. I think. Ooh, I think just it's look. We don't care if there's breaks. It's just an unnecessary break, isn't it? Just adding time on for no reason. And it also feels like the NFL, where every 5 minutes they're stop, start, stop, start. Football's not that game. Will English types be disadvantaged at Swedad? Is that the next game? They shouldn't be disadvantaged. They should. Everyone has the same. Everyone has the same sort of level playing field. There shouldn't really be any excuses. Is the next game played in next game's in Boston. Boston Stadium, Massachusetts is the Ghana game. Hi, Chris. Yeah, look. I actually think this is a case of not that Sweden don't have the skill. I think just it's the occasion. I think there's just like a lot of nerves, like stepping up, big pressure for them. Like they've got a point to prove. I don't think Netherlands are one of the favourites, but you tip Netherlands to definitely get through out of the group stages, probably first in the group. Has everyone heard what's been going on in the Portuguese camp? There's been absolute anarchy and they're all fighting. There's all breakouts apparently. Apparently they've had an unsettled dressing room and there's been like a massive fallout because who was it? Someone came out. Who was it? Was it Neves? I think it was Neves came out and said that Ronaldo was just another player. It all kicked off. It all kicked off in the dressing room because they were like, I don't think he meant he's just another player. I think he just meant like on the pitch, he's like another body that you want to pass to. It's not that Ronaldo, like in other words, I didn't interpret it like he's just another player, but apparently off the back of that, that was in the press conference after the game. Apparently after that, there's been like massive, massive fallout in camp. They're all fighting apparently. I don't think physical fighting, but I think there's just been a fallout behind the scenes of the Portuguese team. So be interesting. Be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, after that hydration break, I agree. I agree. Banking. They have woken up a little bit. That's what I said. Sometimes it's the occasion that gets the better of you, and it might take a while for them to find their feet in this game. But you would expect Netherlands to pip this one. And I am glad that they've changed it up top since last game. I am glad they've put Robbie on because you can see he's more of a threat. If they can get one more before half time, I think that'll be game done. I think it'll be game done. Van Hecke keeps losing possession. Mm. Well, another stat for you, Van Hecke has also completed the most passes in this game. 32 passes. There you go, he did well there. Did well there to cover the ball from Gyökeres. Couldn't get the shot away. Saw it out to the keeper. Yeah, Van Hecke has completed the most passes on the pitch, 32 at the moment. So he might not be a standout player, but he's very involved in the game at the moment. Oh, a lot of you are saying about the Portuguese team that they're better when Ronaldo doesn't play. It's such a shame. It really is. It's such a shame that I don't want to say he's past it. He's still going to be one of the most goated footballers ever. But it's just a shame that his career could end up going out like this. It would have been so much better if they would have rotated him in the squad, I think. If they would have rotated him, if they would have, you know, not put him on sort of like the pedestal. It's a really hard decision. It is a really hard decision. But look, Messi was subbed off the pitch. Messi got his hat trick and he was subbed off at like 60 minutes. So you even Kane was subbed off. You have to protect these players throughout the competition. No one has the divine right to start any game. Oh, that was unlucky from the Netherlands. Just bit high, bit far. Good ball in, good long ball though. Yeah, but Malin making the stretch there. I was just having a look to see how many minutes he did actually play. He played the full game. He didn't get subbed off, Ronaldo. That's the thing, like, if it's not working, you do have to change it. Who else have they got? They've got João Felix. Don't know who their second striker is. They've got a lot of players that can play in several positions. Sweden have had a little bit more possession in the last 5 minutes, but haven't really been able to get forward, haven't really been able to get into the flow of the game. Oh, good save from Verbruggen. Probably should be saving that. Should be saving that all day long. Messi is the GOAT. Ronaldo is a danger to women. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm sure to some women. Look, it's not unfortunate because he's had an amazing career. This is what is it his fourth World Cup? I think it's his fourth World Cup. I mean, this is Harry Kane's third World Cup. I think it's hard when you're a striker as well. Because the difference is with Kane, he's still very fit and versatile. And he look at the end of the game, Harry Kane saved us from conceding another goal. You know, he was back in defence. That guy runs everywhere. It's unbelievable. He's like an extra defender. He's just an extra player everywhere. And he's like a deep line striker. And a lot of England fans didn't like the way that was set up. But I think that's how we're going to have so much joy if we get Bellingham, Madueke, if we get them like more involved in the game with his like passes out wide. And look, we used to see that all the time at Spurs. We used to see that all the time at Spurs when we had Lo Celso, when we had Son. We know what Kane is capable of doing. He's just underrated very much so because good, well, half good decent shot from Gakpo there. Decent shot. Yeah, as Spurs fans, we know how good Harry Kane is. I feel like in the UK, or in England at least, a lot of people don't really want to admit how good he is, just because he never won anything with us, which is a massive shame for his career. But sorry, I made a mistake, guys. It's Ronaldo's sixth World Cup. It is Ronaldo's sixth World Cup. His first World Cup was in 2006, and he scored one goal. This is really interesting, actually. Ronaldo scored one goal in that Germany World Cup. He scored one goal in South Africa in 2010. He scored one goal in 2014, and Portugal didn't get out the group stage. In 2018, he scored 4 goals. That's the most he's ever scored in a tournament. He scored one goal in Qatar. And this one, he's set the record for the sixth tournament appearance, but he's not really well known for his World Cup performances. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Good ball in. No one could get on the end of it. From the Netherlands. Malin having a lot of joy here on the right-hand side. I think Sweden have just set up wrong. I just think they haven't set up right. I could have sworn that Ronaldo had scored more goals than that in World Cups. I don't know why I thought that. Um, Sweden have nothing apart from Gyökeres and Isak. Yeah, they are. Oh, that was a decent shot. That was Ayari. Ayari again. He's a good little player. He is a good little player. He's very lively. I mean, he scored two like that last game, so it was going over. It was going over. This must be a goal kick, I think. Don't think he touched it. Good little player. I'd probably swap him for Bergvall, to be honest. He's at Brighton. Ayari's at Brighton. Do you think they'd swap for Vuskovic and we sell Bergvall to Chelsea? Oh my God. Guys. Crazy. Ronaldo is all about himself and is spoiling what he's done in the past. I don't know if it's all about himself. I think it's the manager. I think it's the manager. That is the problem when you manage a team full of egos. And that is what I think Tuchel has done right with England. There is a real sense of brotherhood with the English squad, and I think people shouldn't underestimate the power of like just the team spirit. I literally had tears in my eyes when I was watching the Oasis at the end of the England game. They had the Oasis Wonderwall song playing, and just like the emotion from the players just watching it was quite moving. You know, you felt the power of it. So let's hope we can do something. But it's a long campaign, long campaign. Sweden quite happy here just to sit back, just trying to hold Netherlands off, but struggling. Yeah, this is it, Agent Tapster. Leave as a hero or stay long enough to become the villain. I mean, Modric is older than Ronaldo, I think, but different type of player. The whole Portuguese team is just like weighing on it. Go on. Oh, decent save. Oh, Ramos. Ramos is backup striker. Probably would tell you what, it probably would be better to put Ramos on than Ronaldo, but anyway. Different game state, isn't it? The other big news was obviously Sonny fell out with the Korean media. And the Korean media are now banned from speaking to the Korean players. They made some passing comment. They made some passing comment, I think, about him not having gone to the military, and it was interpreted some type of way. Sweden on the free kick here. Um, Quite far out, not a bad position. Ball in. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Game on. Game on. Oh, wait, hold on. I've got the sound off, so I can't hear what's going on. But it looks like maybe there was a foul. Might have been a foul. What are they calling it as? Are they calling it as? No, how is that a foul? How is that a foul? No way. No way. Oh, is it offside? Is that why? I've got the sound off, so I don't know why. Maybe it was offside. I thought initially it was because it was a foul, but I think it was actually because it was offside. Disallowed. No, it was offside. Okay, yeah. Must have been very tight. But that is how quick they make these decisions. Oh, please, can they make it this quick next year in the Premier League? What a quick decision. 4 minutes of extra time in this half. Very, very unlucky for Sweden. Actually, a brilliantly taken free kick. Being played offside, but best chance of the game that Sweden have had realistically, other than the Ayari chance. And since the second goal, as much as the Netherlands have had a lot of possession, they haven't, since the hydration break, Sweden have definitely tightened up. Come on, get one back before half time. Oh, is he giving it? Is he giving it? He's giving this as a foul. Dumfries shaking his head. I mean, it was a foul, mate. It was. You did stand on his toe. That was a foul. Let's see if they can do anything from this one. And we know that Sweden is good from the set pieces because they have the same set piece coach as Spurs. Who's going to take it? Let's hope that training from Andreas Georgeson has paid off. Who's on it? Gyökeres lining up for this one. Ooh. Sarah, look at the messages. Yeah, I think I'm yeah, I think it takes I think it's like a minute behind. I'll take Yanan Kiddies, but I don't think he can play wide. Decent save. Decent save. Probably should be saving that, but still a good save. Decent strike from Gyökeres there. I think the best chance that Sweden have of getting something out of the game is from a set piece. They can get themselves forward in good positions. Here we go. Another free kick from a foul. Van der Ven, let's go score. So many rumours of Tonali signing imminent. Well, if it's anything to go by, if it means anything at all, every time I'm about to end a stream, news gets announced. So let's hope I exit the stream and it gets announced. But it's Saturday, 7 o'clock, so nothing will. I don't think we'll get the here we go today. It'd be amazing if we did. It'd be unbelievable, but Romano has just reposted the Tonali news. So typically when Romano reposts an old link, it means it's progressing. Sweden on the corner. This should be time. Yeah, that's time. Well, not a bad first half. Actually wasn't too bad. The game does flow very quickly. What are you guys saying? Sign the Dutch goalkeeper. What do you think about Vuskovic trying to force a move? Hi, Bo. Sweden have actually had more shots. On paper, on paper, they probably should be 2-1. Just maybe very unlucky. What do I think of Vuskovic trying to force a move? Look, I don't blame I don't blame a young player for wanting to get minutes, you know. To progress your career as a youngster, you do need to have regular, consistent minutes. And at the same time, if you want to play for Spurs and we're building a project, which means that players are going to have to prove themselves before they get into the squad, and he's not going to do that, then, you know, let him go. Tell last season had to wait his turn. He had to be patient, he had to prove himself, he had to step up, and he's done that. And he's earned a space. If we bring someone else in, Tell will be in rotation, but he has earned a place in the squad. The same as Spence. He had to earn his place. All players have to earn their place. You don't just walk into a Premier League team and demand first team minutes. And if he sees an opportunity at Brighton and they're going to nurture him and they're going to give him Conference League football and that's what he wants, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. And I'll tell you something as well. Previously, because we've missed out on so many players, like over the past 10 years or so, like every transfer window, we miss out on players. Spurs fans have very much been sucked into the scarcity mindset of there's not enough talent because we always seem to sign players who aren't at the peak of their game. And so we've got ourselves as a fan base into a bit of a pickle where we're like, you know, we can't let the player go because they're the be all and end all. But when you're doing well and you're in that flow and you're in that abundance mindset, then there's always players. There are always players that you can replace players with. And there's good talent out there, you know? So I think with the De Zerbi pool, you want players that can play his system. I also don't think that Vuskovic really fits De Zerbi's system. I've got a feeling that, well, first of all, he's going to be playing Van Hecke and he's going to be playing Senesi and Van de Ven. They're your three starters. And maybe you've got Danso in there as well. So realistically, those three players, okay, Senesi's 29, but Van de Ven and Van Hecke, they're coming into their prime now. So we're kind of set. We're kind of set for the next 3-4 years, you would say. So if you're going to have a player that's going to sit on the bench for like the next 3-4 years, he's not going to do it. And it's not fair on him. It's not fair on him either. So for that reason, I think he should go, develop his career. If he doesn't fit the system, then we let it go. What do you guys think? Look, I can see what you guys are saying. It's not that he doesn't want to stay because it's Spurs. He's not saying, I don't want to stay because it's Spurs. What he's saying is, I want to play football. And the club is saying, okay, Brighton can offer you football. We've just bought Van Hecke. You go to Brighton. You go and play Conference League football. And in a couple of years' time, they'll sell you on. They'll sell you to, if you make your name for yourself, they'll sell you on. But I didn't see any sparks when Croatia played England the other night. I wasn't bowled over. Yeah, Ari is a Brighton player, correct? Brighton just signed a centre-back from Italy, 5 million. But that doesn't really mean too much, does it? Who have they signed? Um, Svoboda from Venezia. Italy Serie B, 27-year-old. They haven't signed him. They've activated a €5 million release clause. The report adds that an agreement between Svoboda and Brighton had already been reached and that a medical is likely to take place next week during the World Cup. What an odd signing. Is he any good? Does anyone watch Italy's Serie B? He's worth about 3.5 mil. He's also linked with Hamburg and Mönchengladbach, the team that I can never pronounce. Mönchengladbach. Brighton are leading the pursuit. I don't know. Look, they need depth of squad next year. They need depth of squad. They're going to be in 2 competitions, Brighton, and they've just sold us their centre back. So, but I can't imagine. I mean, I don't know. 27-year-old from Serie B. It's a bit random. This is an interesting one. Tottenham have the option. Well, we knew Tottenham had the option to sign Paulinho permanently. I guess we've got 10 more days until the end of June for that. Following his loan spell last season, but they are yet to trigger the release clause. Bayern will seek to sell him permanently this summer. According to a Portuguese publication, Paulinho is now expected not to move to Sporting and is more likely to join Tottenham permanently. I wonder if the Paulinho news depends on what happens with Tonali and Fernandes. But if we get Paulinho, we're not going to go for both Fernandes and Tonali, which signals to me that Fernandes is headed towards United. That's what that would suggest to me. On Vuskovic, Tottenham have insisted that the final agreement must exceed £50 million, which is about 47.5 million euros. Although Tottenham is willing to lower an initial valuation of 80. Oh, is this what you guys were saying in the chat just before? Someone was said in the chat before that 70 million. Hi, Ivor. Yeah. Have you just joined us? Yeah, we did say the same over here as well. I think they just got shocked, Sweden. I think they just weren't ready for it for the initial pressure, you know. Netherlands did very well to get those 2 early goals because Sweden will mix it up in the second half. They will. Someone said in the chat earlier that Tottenham is looking for £70 million. Sources state the club expects the total value of the transfer, including bonuses and add-ons, to be much closer to that amount. What? So we valued Vuskovic at £70 million, 81 million euros. The offer must exceed £50 million plus add-ons. Crazy valuation. That's outrageous. That is outrageous. Tell has elite mentality. Yeah, look, he wants. I think he's hungry for it. He's hungry for it. And when a player's hungry for it, look, you know, in your own life, when you really want something and you go for it, you can prove people wrong. I think he's very committed to the club as well. Hi, Richie. Tony Bloom watches everything. Yeah, he does. He does. Their dealings are very good. Gamblers. Gamblers. That's what it does to you, you know. High risk, high reward. Who knows with Brighton, yeah. Gladbach. Gladbach. Sorry, guys. Butchering it. Can't believe Dumfries plays for Madrid after the World Cup. They only paid Brighton only paid 1.8 million for Van Hecke. Crazy. Yeah, they're gamblers, aren't they? They're big high risk. As long as Tottenham doesn't sign Pablo from West Ham. Yeah, you are Sweden, aren't you? I thought you were Sweden. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's someone else who's also Sweden, and I think we have a couple of Norwegians as well. But I remember you're Swedish, right? I don't think Sweden have been that bad, to be honest. They've had shots on target. We were saying before you jumped in that I think if they can get a few set pieces, they could be in this. If they come out and get an early goal, they're back in it. They just can't let the Netherlands run away with it. I don't think Van der Ven has done too much. I think Van Hecke's had a decent game, particularly in sort of the latter stages of the second half. He seemed quite involved. I don't know if he actually finished the half as the most involved player. No. De Jong has had the most defensive contributions and the most touches as well. Very, very um, active in the midfield. I think that is partly why Sweden are getting so overrun. But Ayari looks very lively. Very lively. Just reading that the deal is almost done. Yeah, I've seen this as well. Some of you are saying it in the chat. So Pedro Porro renews his contract with Spurs because Madrid signed up. No, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. Porro signed Spurs instead. And that's why they had to get Dumfries. Other way around. They convinced him to stay. He wanted to stay. He wanted Spurs. Porro wanted Spurs. Porro wanted Spurs. Knock, knock. And that is going off of reports from Fabrizio Romano. Right. Second half about to kick off. Second half about to kick off. Come on, let's do it for Iva. Come on, Sweden. Yeah, Porro's going to be a great player. He is a great player. He's one of our better. Hang on a minute. Netherlands have just made a substitute. Second half about to begin. Who just went off? Somerville on, Malin off. I'm surprised about that. I thought Malin had a very good first half, but obviously not. Actually, he did have a couple of dodgy fouls. Yeah, okay, 12 touches. He was not very involved in the game. Well, let's see what Somerville can do. Back in the shop window. Back in the shop window for Somerville. Hi, Lewis. You enjoying the game? Big up. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the tribe. Yeah, he was not. I didn't realise he actually only had 12 touches of the ball. So Sweden started off like the first minute looking quite lively, but they're really struggling to maintain possession. I love this kit, Richard. I love this Sweden kit, the second kit they've got. I just love the pattern on it. One of my favourite ones. I also like the Aztec on the Mexican kit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Good sub. Good sub. 3-0. Well, we did say, guys, we said, hold on, doing a replay. Back post. He looked offside. No, it wasn't offside. Gakpo making a point. Gakpo making a point. Everyone, all the Liverpool fans said, why would you want Gakpo? He can't score. He just bloody scored. Thought the guy couldn't score. Has he just increased his value? Maybe he's also making a point. And the speculation around that. The speculation around that was that Spurs were interested in Gakpo. I think it's gone quiet. I don't know. Dumfries there with 2 assists as well. Brilliant for him. Well, we were just saying before that goal went in that either for Sweden to get back in this, they needed an early goal. And Netherlands now, they're just going to run away with it. They're just going to run away with it. Unfortunately for Sweden, because I would love to see Sweden do something in this game. Netherlands are just too good. They've actually changed formation, I think. Here we go. No, couldn't get the shot away. But I think Netherlands have changed formation here. Playing Brobby a bit higher up. Don't know, they're changing in formation when they're out of possession. And I think that's why Sweden are struggling to break them down. They're playing five at the back here. This Sweden team, they look a bit all over the place, don't they? Unless it's the Netherlands making, there we go. Oh gosh. Oh dear. Crossing straight out the other side for a throw in. Somerville is class. Let's go. Let's go. Two Dutch players are playing for the Netherlands. Another fun fact, Lewis. They're all Dutch. They're all Dutch because they're playing for the Netherlands. I think you mean, yeah, two Spurs players. Yeah. Two Spurs Dutch players. Exactly. Exactly. Need to get Bergvall on the pitch. But even if he comes on now, I think it's game set and match, if I'm honest. I just can't see Sweden. And it's a shame because they do have Gyökeres and Isak. They do have good strikers. They just don't have any link up play from the midfield. And they are really, really struggling to break down this Netherlands backline, which is good for us. It's great to see, Van der Ven and Van Hecke being very involved in this game. I think Van Dijk probably has been the best defender, I'm going to be honest. Right, throw in here, long throw in for Sweden. Go on, bang! Oh dear. It's not really falling for Sweden at the moment. Carbon copy of the first goal. Yeah, they're just being cut open. Next to Van der Ven goal. Sorry, Ivor. They didn't hear us. What time is it in Sweden? Are you guys on the same time zone as us, or are you an hour ahead? Or is it 2 hours ahead? Currently just after 7 in the UK. I wish Daniel Levy was still involved, as this transfer activity would have been a lot better. Come on, Jassy, come on. When have we ever signed 3 players at the beginning of the window? I don't think it's ever happened. Goodmanson just booked there, yellow card. It's never happened. Yeah, unfortunately. You guys are playing such a weird system. I don't understand it. Playing 3 at the back, 5 in midfield. It's so unbalanced. Like the Sweden, they're just kind of all over the place. Just kind of all over the place at the moment. Not very here we go. They're on the attack, but whenever they get on the ball, you just don't feel like they're going to do anything. See, someone just needs to drop back in that little pocket there when they get into the box, just to create a little bit of space. But good man on man defending from Netherlands, you've got to say. You've got to say they are doing good. Oh, here we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thrashing. Absolute thrashing. You can make that 4, Ivor. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yes, it is Netherlands 4-0. Oh dear. Oh, I feel so bad. Is it Gakpo again? That must be heartbreaking as well. Gakpo and Isak, two teammates playing different international teams. They're going to run away with this now. Guys, what's the predictions now? Probably about 40 minutes to play or so. You've probably got about another Decent finish. Do we think Spurs go back in for Gakpo? I think we still get Savinio. But if the word on the street is we want to get two players on the left wing, watching Gakpo, he's been all right, but Sweden need to make a change. Here we go. Here we go. Bergvall's coming on. Bergvall's coming on. Let's go. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to do too much. That's the truth. 3 subs. I'm surprised Potter didn't change it before. I'm surprised he didn't change it earlier because you could see that they've been struggling, you know. Still an early-ish sub, but 3 subs there. So Karlstrom, Nigren, and who else went off? Someone else must have just went off. Bernardson. So Zanelli, Bergvall, and Elanga are on. I mean, why did they not have Elanga on in the first place? Very bizarre decisions. Yeah, I think it's because last season Gakpo didn't have a very good season. The season before last, I think he was okay. But I think a lot of Liverpool fans just got fed up with him last season. But look, it does happen every so often. You do get an off season. They're so much better with Kulu. Look, they had a decent opener, Sweden. I do think they're maybe a little bit unlucky that they didn't get one back before half time, but they're just being outplayed. But they beat Tunisia 5-1. They beat Tunisia 5-1. So they can score. So Sweden play Japan next. And assuming Japan beat Tunisia, there's going to be a lot riding on that game. That could be a very interesting game. The Sweden Japan game, to be honest, could be quite an interesting one. What are you guys saying? Why is Sweden in the World Cup? Because they're qualified. I mean, I don't think the Sweden are that bad. I think it looks that way because Netherlands have stepped up a gear in this game. Brobby's having a very good game. Gakpo's having a very good game. They might have shown their hand very early, Sweden, peaking in their first game. Here we go. Here we go. Shoot! Shoot! One back for Sweden. Are they calling it offside? Elanga there making a point. Don't know why Elanga didn't start. Don't know why he didn't start, to be honest. They have looked more lively. Here we go, Ivor. 3 left. 3 goals left. Great counter. Great counter, you've got to say. Micky there. Micky there making the sliding challenge, but a bit too late. Great under pressure there. Defending probably could have been a little bit better, but I think he just caught them all on the off. His pace there definitely had them. He definitely had Micky's number there. Is that 2 more subs? De Jong went off and Coop Mainers came on for the Netherlands. They've just they did another sub as well. Reinders went off and Gus Till came on. I think they've just shored up the back a little bit, Netherlands, by making that change. They've sort of switched to a 3-5 at the back here. Micky there, allowing Isak to get the cross in. Will I do more live streams later? You mean later today or later in the competition? Not later today. Next watch along will be Argentina, Austria on Monday. And then I'm going to assess where we're at and whether we'll do any more, like what games are going to be ahead of that after that. Corner in. Gone out for a goal kick to Netherlands. Is that going to be a consolation goal? Guys, this is such a high scoring game. 4-1 at 60 minutes. Actually, it's not that high scoring. Croatia was 4-2, wasn't it, England? Tunisia are getting battered in every game this World Cup. They've only played one game, haven't they? Pretty sure Tunisia have only played one game. Yeah, Tunisia have played one game. So when you say every game, Tito, when you say every game, you mean in their first game. In their first game, yes, but long way to go, guys. It's a long competition, you know. And don't forget, the top third place teams go through. So it's not it wouldn't be crazy if we get some unexpected fixtures, you know. Like put it this way, if USA go through first and they play the team that's like third placed in group I, K or L or something. So there's going to be some unexpected teams that progress, you know? And just because Sweden lose this, it doesn't mean they don't go through. If the Japan-Sweden game is a draw, Sweden can still go through. In fact, they'd finish second. But it all depends what happens with Japan. Clean finish there from Gakpo. They're doing the ref cam. Don't mind that ref cam. I think it's who asked me earlier, I think it's the Prem camera is like this really like awkward wide angle and it makes you feel very nauseous. Sweden do look slightly better since they made the subs, but I also think that the Netherlands, since they made their subs, they've tightened up at the back and Sweden are having real difficulties here. Blimey, that was a bit of a challenge. That was a bit of a challenge from Gakpo there. You can really see the strength of this Netherlands team. They look a lot more of a threat than they did against Japan. Sweden trying to break again. They're really struggling now. They just can't see a way. They just can't see a way through Sweden at all. Where's Bergvall? I can't even see him. Oh, there he is in the middle. Yeah, nice bit of play there. Will Potter survive as manager? I mean, that's a fair. I mean, Tunisia, obviously, they just got rid of their manager, didn't they? So I think Japan will probably have a field day. When are Japan playing them? They must be playing them later. Got Germany, Ivory Coast tonight at 9 o'clock. Ivory Coast being one of the teams I've drawn in my sweepstake. Don't know if that's a good thing. Probably not going to win it. You've got Ecuador, Curacao at 1 a.m. 5 a.m. Tunisia, Japan. Who's waking up for that one? Or who's waking up early or who's going to bed late doing an all-nighter? I wonder if Porro will play in the Saudi game tomorrow after the last game that Spain had. Didn't really set any fireworks off either, you know? Oh, you're 2 hours ahead. Sweden's 2 hours ahead. Okay. I think Ivor's gone. I think Ivor's gone. I don't blame him. He probably turned it off at 4-0. I don't know if anyone can hear that. I don't know. Sorry if you guys are hearing some horrendous noise. It's coming from outside. It's coming from outside. Sorry, Jassy. The sarcasm doesn't read well over text. You're late, mate. 3-0. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm well behind. Am I doing England Ghana? Hey Carl. Undecided. There is a chance. Well, guys, I want to be here every bloody day. I want to be here every day. Not that I mind. Not that I mind. But yeah, we're doing Argentina, Austria on Monday. Very excited for that. So excited to see Messi again. Excited. Well, Romero's going to go. I don't think Senesi's going to get minutes, but looking forward to that. And I don't think Danso starts for Austria either. And everyone's saying Danso's are so amazing. He doesn't even start for Austria. But the Ghana game, tentative about the Ghana game. I will do one England game for sure, minimum. Oh, no one on the end of that. No one on the end of it. Crossed it in, across the face of goal. Hydration break. They're not clicking, this Sweden team. They're not clicking at all. Can't really get into the rhythm of it. The benefit of that is Van Hecke and Van der Ven are having a great game. Although I wouldn't say Van der Ven is having a standout, but he's having a decent game. On FotMob, he's actually rated higher. So far, Van Hecke, 91% passing accuracy. Pretty good. Van der Ven, 95% passing accuracy. Also very good. He's had one accurate long ball as well. However, obviously Dumfries has had the 2 assists. Gakpo 1 assist, 2 goals. Crazy. Crazy. So I think it's magical. Some of these teams, app store? I'm not sure. I'm just looking. So for the Japan game, Mallon started up top, and they obviously drew 2-2. In this game, he was put on the right wing, and he's been taken off. And they have actually looked no worse off for it. They've actually looked pretty decent since. So I don't think Mallon comes back in for the next game. I wonder if he'll get dropped. I mean, Somerville's already got an assist, so unless he's doing it because he thinks they're like impact subs. The only joy you'll get while watching your players play football is while playing for their nations and never for your small dead club. You're a Spurs fan, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Arteta. Well, the channel is called Spurs From The Stands, so that should be a giveaway. Robbie going off. And the Pav coming on. Champions of Europe, mate. Champions of Europe. We won the Europa League. You will never sing that. You will never sing that. How does it feel losing to PSG in the final, hey? Dead club. Dead club. Two-thirds of the third place teams will qualify. Yeah. As an American. Where are you, Dave? Are you going to any of the games? Going to any of the games? Dave? Big up. South Bronx. Big up to you. Sport entertainment guy. Big up to you. South Bronx. Are you guys going to any games? There's a couple of you Americans in the chat. You'll probably be a Richard. Richard, are you an early bird? 5 a.m. Jeering and cheer and booing in the crowd for the last hydration break. Yeah, there's been a lot of that. Ornstein is on Tonali. What's the updates? Let me have a look. I agree with this, Richard. I agree. Everyone said that Ghana's going to be the hardest game in the group, but I actually think, sorry, everyone was saying Croatia's going to be the hardest game in the group, but I do think Ghana is going to give us a good run for our money. I really do. I think they're going to be a tough team to beat, to be honest. And no game is easy, you know. But yeah, they beat Panama 1-0. Mm. Woolwich Wanderers fans are so arrogant. It's insidious. Like Woolwich Wanderers, they said Wolves. The same way that we felt in 2019. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Because we're not a small club and we got to a Champions League final. So, Micky van der Ven on the wing, driving into no space and passing back. South Carolina, you're not going to any games? That's a shame. What's the atmosphere like down there? Is it buzzing in Carolina? Is there a World Cup spirit? I feel like it's very mixed. Arsenal have been in the Europa, guys. Arsenal have been in the Europa League and they haven't won it. Honestly, honestly. You only say it's a second-rate European trophy because you haven't won it, but you've literally been in Europa. You've literally been in the Europa League. So why didn't you win it if it's so easy? If it's that easy, then you probably should have won it. Ornate in Spurs open talks with Newcastle for Tonali. This is everyone saying. Oh, a lot of you are jumping in saying this. Hi, Raging Tea Cozy. Big up to you. Love your intellectual comments. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've just seen a couple of people have been saying in this chat that Ornstein. Hang on a minute. Sweden on the break. Cross in the box. You just don't feel like they're going to do anything. Netherlands very good at closing down here. Carl is here. Come on, throw us some money. Thanks, Carl. Yeah, thanks. Big up. Thanks for the sticker and for sharing some love. Be by the beach in Whitby. Where are you guys watching the game? Where are you guys watching the game? Are you out and about? You're listening on the radio, driving, walking the dog? The spontaneous all-nighters are faffing up my day. We're in zombie mode. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. The number of times I've heard the birds at 4:30 in the morning over the last week or so. But don't worry, guys. It's only the group stages that are like this. So you only got a few more days of it, about 1 week of it, and then once we get into the later rounds, the games are on a much more sensible times. So it's only a week to go. And then you've got to wait 4 more years, you know? Raging Tea Cozy is such a great name, isn't it? We love it. Ayari going off and Ali coming on. Unfortunately, I think Ayari is probably their most creative player. I mean, Elanga's been all right, but I guess you've got to protect the players for the next game. You need the rotation. Bergvall's been a bit quiet, I'd say, but I don't think that's necessarily his fault. He's actually done 15 passes and 100% accuracy. The problem is that, they're kind of like short passes in midfield as opposed to like creative passes. It's actually really interesting seeing Bergvall in this team and getting like another look at him in a different environment. He's on the ball now. What has he just done? What has he just done? Just literally gave the ball away. Sell him to Chelsea. I'll take 60. Right, he's back on the ball, Bergvall. This time he got the pass right. Nothing impressive. I do like his creativity, but here we go. How is that a foul? How is that a foul? got the ball back. That's actually ridiculous. Oh, no, he did. He did. He did. He did. He went in with a high boot. Accidental, because he actually got the ball and the man. Soft. That didn't really have to be given. It's 4:30 in the morning in Melbourne and it's pissing it down. Well, it's 7:45 here. The sun is still shining. London's summers mean that it doesn't really get dark until about 10 p.m, 11 p.m. fully. Coming up to the longest day of the year as well, so daylight hours in the UK. In Sweden, I'm sure you guys are getting less sleep up there, but or at least less darkness, more daylight, but 10:30 at night is still daylight here, and at 4 o'clock in the morning the sun's rising, so very, very long days here at the moment. But thankfully it's sunny. Very, very humid day today. Very humid. The other gooners will disown you. It's all right. It's all right, Richard. It's the rival tax. We've got a rival tax. To banter aside, you should be on the red side of London. Who said? Who said that? I mean, Robbie did say that to me, but no chance, guys. No chance. I'm so sorry. Maybe further down the line, we'll cover some more Premier League football more broadly, but not on this channel, because I want to keep this, well, this is the World Cup, I guess, but I'm watching at home on the south coast of the UK. Lovely. Lovely. You're on the south coast. Are you close to Brighton? You pop down there, tell them we want Ari. So that they can have Vuskovic, but only for 50 mil. Yeah, big up, guys. Please do like, subscribe, comment, and share. Or just like and subscribe. Or just like. Or just let me know what you think of the game. Did you expect this from the Netherlands? Did you guys expect this? A lot of you, we had a few predictions at the very beginning of the stream. I don't think anyone predicted 4-1. Did anyone predict 4-1? Banking said 2-1 at the beginning. Oh, maybe that's actually when it was. That was when the offside goal got scored. I was seeing who made a prediction. Barat said 2-2. Richard said 2-1 at the beginning. No one said 4-1. How's everyone feeling about their fixtures? You've got Villa and Chelsea. Wait, who do you support again, Tapster? It's Brighton, isn't it? Oh, great shot. Unlucky. Good save, Isak. Good save from Verbruggen there, but again, you would have thought that he should save that. Maybe should have. Oh, I don't know. It was very far in the corner. Good save that. Good save. Kinski-esque. Corner to Sweden. You're Brighton, aren't you? Brighton? Corner here. Shot on the rebound there. Keeper saved it. From Zanelli. Who's this that's down? Van Dijk. Stop converting our players. Yeah. Oh, you are Brighton. So who have you got? So you've got Villa and Chelsea at the start, and then you've got Liverpool and Arsenal. We have the end of our fixtures. The last month for us is brutal. The last month for us is brutal. We've got a decent start. We start with Brentford away and Newcastle. Not a bad start. It's the um it's the last month of our away fixtures. We've also got Arsenal, Chelsea, Coventry's okay, but then we finish with Man United and Aston Villa. And who knows what's going to happen next season? There could be a situation where Aston Villa or United or Arsenal, any of them could be in a title race at the end of the season. So as long as, well, anything can happen. Yeah. I don't know if Chelsea will be competing next year. They should be competing for Europe, but I think it's going to be a funny season next year, guys. Yeah, we are checking out ARE because there was links. There was links Tapster. Is this another super chat? Big up. Unfortunately, it doesn't show the sticker. Thanks for being you. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I like that little pair. Thanks very much for the super chat. I'm a City fan. Son and Spurs are embarrassing. I am sorry, signing Tonali. Son and Spurs are embarrassing. What? Why is what's that? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I think most Spurs fans would agree that last season was awful, was rather embarrassing. Son? Oh, is that because of the goal? Are we talking about that because of the miss or something? Is that why you're making reference to it? Guys, I'm just going to look up this Tonali news because a lot of you in the comments have been saying that Ornstein's been talking about it. So let me just check it out. We've got just under 3 minutes here of full time to play. Sweden again on the break, not having any luck at all with the final pass or the final shot, really. Really, really struggling up top, which is funny considering last game they scored so many goals. Netherlands having a much better performance than they did against Japan. And I think that is helped. I think that is helped by the fact that Sweden don't really have a midfield. Verbruggen's had a decent game. The defensive lines had a pretty decent game as well. Gakpo's had a flying game today. Seeing this, I think Netherlands actually look really good. I did doubt them after last game, but just shows you things can change. Go on, here we go. Make it five. Make it five. Oh, there we go. Lovely strike. Lovely, lovely strike. I feel like I've always got to wait for it to be confirmed, but I think this will be confirmed. Can't see why it wouldn't. But Somerville there. Somerville there getting an assist and a goal. I think that is Marlon's World Cup campaign. I can't see him starting again unless he's just bringing Somerville on to rest his legs. Maybe we see him later on a bit more in the competition as the games get harder. But 5-1 to the Netherlands. Fantastic clean finish there. Great run as well. Putting himself into the shop window. How long do we think, guys? How long do we think before we see another link between Spurs and Somerville? Oh dear. How long do we think that we get an announcement? It'll be like after this game, they'll be like Spurs interest in Somerville. You know, like a couple of minutes after. I don't know how many minutes of extra time we're going to have. Right, Gakpo's off. Lang is on. Great performance today. 5 minutes. I'm just going to bear with, open the curtain. Just as I said, it was going to be really bright outside. Spurs are worse than my City, always getting slapped. Do you mean Man City? It's kind of funny since we always beat you. I mean, imagine you would have beaten Spurs. Then you might have won the league. One sec. Getting a bit, I don't know if it's getting dark. Get some more light in here. 3 minutes left to play of stoppage time. I'm liking the look of the Netherlands team, guys. Have opinions changed, maybe, at all, on the after this performance? What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking up the Ornstein Tonali news. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hmm. Yep, the exclusive is Tottenham have opened talks with Newcastle. Hang on, I think Somerville's down here. We just got caught in the face by a knee. I love that we get to see the stats in these games, the ball speed. That's really cool. I like it. What has Tottenham won? We won the Europa League last year, mate. We won the Europa League last year. I mean, I'm actually glad that we can say we won the Europa League last year. Do you know what I mean? Right, what's this deal? What is this deal with Tonali? Hold on. I'll bring you the Tonali news in just in a minute once this is once the final whistle goes. Sounds like it's progressing though. Sarah, if you pull off the Tonali deal, what a signing that would be over the Tonali deal. Oh, don't want to spend money. They will spend money. They will spend money. Right, that is it. Game, set, and match. Game, set, and match. I do think that was a really fantastic performance there from the Netherlands. Really, really strong performance from them. Really impressed by it. Um, before we drop off, yeah, really strong performance there from Netherlands. I enjoyed that. That was a decent game, guys. That was a decent game. Just on the Tonali front, because a lot of you were jumping in the chat. I'll put a timestamp on this as well. 1:57. For anyone watching this back on replay, that was interested. This is the article. This is the article from The Athletic. This is the actual article. So yeah, looks like Tottenham have already opened talks. That is the news on that front. So it says Tottenham have opened talks with Newcastle over a deal for Sandro Tonali, the North London club. This was written. It's 8 o'clock. This was written an hour and a half ago. So this is like literally like breaking in the last hour or so. Yeah, London club are vying with Man City to sign Tonali if he leaves St James's Park. But by making club-to-club contact, it steps up the pursuit. Newcastle will seek £100 million or 133 million euros to consider selling him. So he's got 3 years left on his contract and a 12-month extension. Okay, so that he's reporting that this, as of the state of play yesterday, the state of play was they were interested. They'd come to agreed personal terms with the player, but not with the club. It sounds like today they've been in conversations with the club, and they hope that a high salary offer, head coach Roberto De Zerbi pushing for the transfer, and the appeal of London may help swing the situation. Guys, based on today's performance, I don't know how many people in the chat now are Spurs, but I'm just curious, based on today's performance, what do you reckon of Bergvall? If you can sell him to Chelsea, what do you reckon? Based, you know, if you need to make space in the squad, and we're talking about Tonali here. Okay, Basuma's gone. Okay, Papsar goes. And if you're going to get a Fernandez or someone else as well, we probably need to offload a player so that we can bring in the wingers. Oh my God, this guy has orange paint all over him. I love the Dutch fans, man. So apparently, yeah, in addition to Tonali, Spurs are among multiple sides targeting Fernandez of West Ham United. Likewise, City's push for Tonali does not impact their work to recruit Elliot Anderson from Forest. Who's the City fan in the chat? Nick's the champs. So there you go. So it does sound like City are also in. City are in for Tonali, but they're also in for Elliot Anderson. So it sounds like a lot of midfield, defensive midfield, central midfield overhauls are happening. Newcastle have remained open to selling. Tonali made 53 appearances. Okay, this is not. Tonali's signing would be a statement of intent from Spurs. Spurs should be admired for the ambition, blah, blah, blah. They have acted shrewdly pulling off a deal for Tonali. We haven't pulled it off yet. Oh, but pulling off a deal for Tonali would be a real statement of intent. I mean, I think they've got intention. They definitely got intention. Whether they can do it, whether they can actually do this or not. Nix, I think the problem that you guys have is you haven't announced your manager yet. What's going on with Maresca? Have you guys not? Have you guys? Is that definitely happening with Maresca? What's the reason for that? I wonder why the delay is, because I think it might cost you in the transfer market if you don't move quick. You know, we are moving quick. Spurs are moving quick, and we know that we need to move quick. We we need a complete overhaul. You know, there is uncertainty whether João Palhinha's loan from Bayern will be made permanent. Bentancur impressed after returning from a hamstring injury. I don't think he looked that good for Uruguay though. Bentancur. Don't think he looked that good for Uruguay. I do think he stays with us for now because he has signed a new contract last year, Bentancur. But I do think that if we're going to make space in the squad, Bergvall probably is the one to make way because he's probably worth more as well. So they're saying pairing Tonali with Maddison and Bentancur is a tantalising prospect. I wonder if Fernandez is actually serious. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we get Tonali over City and then we get Fernandez over United? Oh my days. There will be meltdown. There will be anarchy if that happens. Oh my gosh. Do you know what? I'd take that all day long. I would take Fernandez and Tonali. Vuskovic, see you. See you, Vuskovic. I mean, would you guys take that? How wild is that? Our record signing is Solanke, 65 mil. That is our ceiling, 65 mil. Man, we are so cheap. We are such a cheap club. It's a joke. I also read somewhere as well that Savinho is going through. Brighton have given a trade. Tapster, you were saying stop stealing all our players. Well, you're in for Vuskovic. Man, we've got so much dross to get rid of. We have literally got so much dross. I will leave that up. That's the bomber, guys. That is the bomber. That has been released about 34 minutes ago. 34 minutes ago, written an hour and a half ago, that Spurs are now in talks with Newcastle, and obviously the news on Fernandez was out a couple of days ago. I wonder what Romano's saying. There you go. Here you go. He's pinned it. He's pinned it. If Romano has pinned the tweet, Ornstein and Romano, you can probably trust. So that was not pinned this morning. That was retweeted. So he's retweeted it. This is going, guys. This is going. Mm. Well, fingers crossed. Don't get too excited until it's over the bottom line. The conversation has been opened. Conversation has officially been opened with Newcastle. Good luck with Trashford. Rashford to Arsenal. Is Rashford going to Arsenal? What? Oh, I'm sorry, Ivor. Sorry about that. I think for you guys, Japan's going to be a tough game, but I hope you can do it. If it's a draw, you have to see what Japan do tonight. But if it's a draw, you guys could still get through. Sweden can still get through to the next round, but you could face. I don't think you can face USA. I don't know what the draw is. I will have to check it out. What's going on with Rashford? Why is everyone in the chat saying Rashford? What's the news? Sell Bergvall, sell everyone. Can't sell a player based on a 45-minute cameo. Well, he's played for us for 2 years. He's played for us for 2 years. Couldn't get in the squad at the end of the season under De Zerbi. Not good enough. Not good enough. There's a reason why we finished 17th, and there is a reason why we need a squad overhaul. 100 million for Tonali is ridiculous. He's very good, but not quite that good. 80 mil at max is fair. Yeah, the speculation on that was it was going to be 85 plus add-ons, but can't guarantee. And I think we will overpay for a few players this summer. A bit of advice, don't get too cocky until you see him in a Spurs shirt. I agree. We don't know what's going to happen. It's very true. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. We thought that about Van Hecke as well. Spurs getting him. Anderson is coming to City. Big up, Ryan. Thank you very much. Big up. Um, what is going on, guys? Why is there so much transfer stuff happening right now? Luke, you're moving too fast and I don't think it's right. We got to move fast. We got to move fast. What's going on with City? What is up with them? I don't know. Don't want him. You don't want him. Funny how Spurs fans have got nothing but lies and narratives left. I know what you mean by that. I mean, it's no secret. It's not a secret that we finished 17th. The big news is we stayed up. And you get to play us next season, guys. You get to play us next season. You should be excited. You should be so excited. We're going to come for everyone. We're coming for everyone. The underdogs of next season. Can't wait. We just need a striker. We really need a striker. If Arsenal get the Rashford of 3 years ago, the league is done. What is this? I need to look this up, guys. This woman who knows F all about football irritates me. Well, Stan, it's a bit like TV, this. If you don't like it, you can go and watch something else. I'm not chaining you here, but I appreciate you stopping by and giving us your thoughts. The beauty of football is we don't all agree. That's the beauty of football. If we all agreed, what would be the point? It's quite funny though. It's quite funny. If it was a man talking about football, people wouldn't say this woman, would they? They wouldn't make a point saying this man. So I'm used to it though. I'm used to it. People still ask stupid questions. Can you name 3 Spurs players? Whatever. Anyway, Tonali is going to Tottenham. Stan is breaking the politeness rules. Whatever. A reflection of him, not of me. Not of me. I mean, I don't think you all would be here if that was the case. The people who are overly negative in the chat for no reason, yeah, I don't know. Whatever, people are weird. You can just switch over. Anyway, I just want to have a look. The embarrassment is Spurs fans signing all these washed players, including Tonali. I don't think Tonali's washed. He's one of Newcastle's best players. I mean, you guys are literally in for him. It literally says Man City FC. So does that mean if we don't get him and City and you manage to get him over the line that he's washed? Does it mean that if you win the bid that he's still washed and then he goes to City for next year? I think from a Spurs perspective, we now have options. We have options. We have the option of Paulinia. We're in for Fernandez. We have the option of Tonali. We have players in that position, but we need to upgrade on them. But I don't think it's like a dire situation. Like if Tonali doesn't get signed for us, that's fine. We just need to move on, sign another winger, and we desperately need a striker. So Stan's been let out of his bedroom. Oh dear. Harry Kane back to Spurs. Oh my gosh, we wish. We wish. It's never going to happen. It is never going to. Why has this come out all of a sudden? I've seen so many people talk about this, like Kane to Spurs. What even is that? Where's that even come from? The narrative changes every time Spurs go in. The hate is so sweet. I don't know, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's off season, Uncle David. Are you actually my Uncle David? Are you actually my Uncle David? That would be weird. But weirder things have happened on the stream. Weirder things have happened on live. Like family members across the world jumping in. But you're not my actual Uncle David, are you? Oh no, you're Dawid. Dawid. No, I don't think you are. um Tonali is a liability, huge one. Not right in the head. He's got a screw loose. Well, that works out well because our manager's also got a screw loose. Partnership made in heaven. Absolute partnership made in heaven. And do you know what? Most of our clubs got our head loose, so fits right in. Fits right in. I don't think City are going to fall down the table. I think next year is going to be more competitive. That's news to me if I am. Okay, you're a different Uncle David. You're someone else's uncle. Oh dear. Hold on. I need to check. What is this deal with Rashford? I need to check this. Hold on. Why is everyone going crazy over this? Rashford to Arsenal. Oh no, he's not going to Arsenal. He's not going to Arsenal. It says, according to sources of Team Talk, Rashford's contract at United contains a 40 million release clause that is available to all clubs except for Liverpool and Man City. So there's no link with Arsenal. They've made a phone call, basically. They made a phone call, tentative interest. Rashford ain't going. But there are links with Rashford to Juventus. Juventus want him, but they can't afford him. And Atletico want him, but they also can't afford him. Yeah, he's too expensive for Europe, Rashford. Too expensive for Europe. So, but he's not going to Arsenal. I don't really know who. To be honest, I don't follow Arsenal. I don't follow Arsenal news, so I actually don't know who Arsenal are linked with. And equally, I don't really care. Sorry, guys. Also, not sorry. We're loyal Spurs. We bleed white. Um. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So the latest is this is according to Italian outlet Gianluca. Oh no, Gianluca Di Marzio. Di Marzio. He is saying, presenting an offer for Tonali of £75 million. There you go. £75 million is the offer that has been presented. That would make sense. I don't know whether it's a reliable source, but I would believe it. This happened in the last 2 minutes, guys. Last 2 minutes. Hold on. This is literally happening right now. Um, so okay, here we go. So the latest is important step. This is 10 minutes ago. The request is for £85 million. I think there's some confusion here, guys. I think there's some confusion around what is 100 million euros and what is 100 million pounds. Because initially we heard Newcastle wanted £85 million or 100 million euros. That's now gone up to 100 million pounds. I think the negotiations already started. I think what we're looking at here is they want 85 mil. We've made an offer for 75 million pounds. I reckon this will settle in about 80 or 75 with add-ons, maybe. Maybe. I wonder what it's saying in Italian. Are there any Italians in the chat? You can read this Italian. Okay. City and Arsenal are still interested. Yeah, I don't know if they'll offer that money for him. City. I don't know if they'll offer that money, but there you go. That is the latest. The latest is bid of £75 million has been put in. The clubs are now in conversation. I told you Spurs were getting Tonali. I thought he said he wasn't very good. Arsenal is all in for Rodgers and Rashford. Maybe. Spurs might be getting trolled. Maybe Newcastle are putting out this news to get the big boys in. Well, the news, Super JP. Are you Jan Paul Van Hecke, JP? You were just on the pitch, weren't you? No, but in all seriousness, the news was this was coming from Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano made it very, very clear in his last couple of videos that it was not a case of like a fake conversation happening to try and raise the bid. That was not the deal. the conversation that Romano was saying is that there is genuine interest, there is genuine connection between De Zerbi and Tonali, there is a genuine affinity between the player wants to play for the manager wants the player, and now it comes down to negotiations. And that was exclusive from both Fabrizio Romano and Ornstein, and now Gianluca from, you know, Sky Sports. So I would say that this is like big green light. This is happening. It's happening. How much it settles on, that'll be another question. Whether they agree on 80 mil, maybe. I think about 80 mil they might settle on if the negotiations opened at 75. And what they'll do is they'll go back to City, and they'll go back to Arsenal, and they'll say, hey, we've got the bid for 80 mil. Do you want to match it? And when they say no, then the player will have to come to us. Or maybe they lowball it and put in like a 65, 70 mil, and the player wants to then go and play European football. But the difference is we're going to build the whole team around him. So if he goes to City, what's he going to do? Sit on the bench? You know, the project here is we will build the whole team around this midfielder. That is the thinking of what we've been told so far. So I think that's the main difference, and the player might want that. He might want to be the main man. And I know I know we're being trolled in the comments, but I couldn't care less, to be honest, because I have belief, I have faith in my club, and I when De Zerbi says we're going to push for top four next year, we are going to do it. We're going to do it. And there actually isn't a doubt in my mind. There actually isn't even a doubt in my mind. We might not get fourth, but there's no doubt in my mind that we are going to be, you know, top six next year, 100%. Like I just there's no doubt in my mind. We will never have a season like we've just had. That was the scare from hell. Our board will never let that happen again. Tottenham don't have the pulling power. Well, don't know. Robertson, Senesi, and Van Hecke would suggest otherwise. Who would suggest otherwise? You just wait. You guys just wait. You wait. It's the De Zerbi pool. Tottenham might not have the pool, but we have the money, and De Zerbi has the tactics. So, hey, now Pep's gone. Now King Pepper's gone. The league title is wide open, you know? Title race is wide open. I don't think Arsenal will have an easier season of winning the league as the one they just had, ever. Chelsea have been suspiciously quiet. They've got financial issues, Chelsea. Don't forget they overspent. They overspent. This is going to be their last window before they can, well, before they're banned. But I think a lot of clubs have been quiet this window. Whenever I do something on that, guys, you've seen my laptop now, so now you know why it freezes. But I think that when you say Chelsea's been very quiet this window, all clubs have been quiet. Who's done any business? We've signed 3 players, you know. So I think a lot of clubs have been quiet, but the window's only been open for 5 days. The fact that we're even talking about getting a second player, well, I say a second player, technically a fourth player, technically a fifth player, because we've actually just renewed Pedro Porro. That's insane. For Spurs, that is insane. And they told us to watch and see what happened. Well, if they keep doing this, I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. They signed Jimmy J Morgan, Chelsea, from West Brom. They signed another kid. Liverpool obviously got Munoz over the line. Costinha from Olympiacos went to Brighton. Probably the biggest one so far of the transfer window has been Cucurella to Real Madrid or Gordon. They're probably the two biggest moves so far. Gordon to Barcelona and yeah, Cucurella to Real Madrid. They're probably the biggest ones so far. Um, what are you guys saying? No, 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 no. We've been told this so many times in the chat. We've been told this so many times in the chat. I won't repeat it. Just go and watch Fabrizio Romano's last 4 videos, which mention Tonali. It is not to drum up business. This is serious. This is a serious bid, and this is a serious contention for Tonali to come to Spurs. This is no joke. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. Whether we get it over the line and we pull it off, different conversation. But this is not a negotiation, haggling type situation. This is Spurs want the player. Spurs are going for the player, and they are acting differently to what they have done in the past. And I can see why people are skeptical about it, but it's right here, 5 minutes ago. Right here, the bid has been put in. So, you've got to wait and see what other bids come in, but it's serious. Look, we might not pull it off. We might not pull it off. And equally, we could be sitting here in 24 hours laughing our heads off that we've actually done it. That would be insane. Spurs need, yeah, we need a keeper. Yeah, we'll probably get Darlow or someone. We'll probably end up with like a Darlow from Leeds or something like that. I can see that. Can someone check? I'm just going to check Xavi Simmons if he's posted anything. I feel like Simmons. I feel like Xavi Simmons always gets involved in these transfer dealings. He's always posting something when we're linked. No, just a topless picture. Right, okay. I'm just checking Tonali, his Instagram, what he's up to. No, he hasn't posted. Actually, he hasn't posted since the season finished, so I wonder if that says anything. Why are there all these here we goes? What is going on? Hold on. What? No, no. Fake news. No, the here we goes aren't true. There's a lot of like fake news out there saying the here we go. There's no here we go. Bye, Luke. Catch you later, mate. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the rest of the games this evening. I don't know if I'm supposed to be going out tonight. Can't actually remember. Probably am. Germany, Ivory Coast kicking off in half an hour. Sorry, guys, I'm not staying for that one. Any other breaking news? Ah, Knicks. Yeah, maybe you do. I thought you were the Gooner for a second because I was gonna say, but you don't have more European trophies. But anyway, oh, here we go. The Raging Tea Cozy, you're back, mate. You're back. You came in an hour ago, now you're back. What are you saying? What are you saying? He's happy with the wages. He's happy. What is that the latest? Is there more? Is there more bombers happening? Guys, you just know the minute I end the stream, we're gonna get a here we go. That's the lucky charm. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should go and then we'll get it. They're not going to accept the first bid though. Yeah. No, they're not going to accept the first bid. I reckon Monday. Monday. This is going to go back a couple of times, but I hope we move fast. I hope we move fast. Today, 75 mil. Newcastle reject it. Tomorrow, we'll go in with 80 mil. If they accept it, it'll be confirmed medical and stuff probably midweek. If the reason why I'm saying this is because I think we're going to move fast because we've got other stuff to focus on. This is for us. I think what people aren't realizing, I know we have a lot of people in the chat today that aren't Spurs fans, but I think what people aren't realizing is this is such a huge rebuild. We've got so much more business to do. This Tonali deal was just one deal of like 6 more that we need to get done. Savinho's already done, but we need to sort out our left wing. We need to sort out our striker position. And then once we know that, and we need another centre back, once we know what's happening with Vuskovic, and once we've done that, then we can go, okay, great. Now we've got a striker. Now we can get rid of Richarlison and get some money in, and then we can say, okay, well, World Cup by that point should be coming to an end, and then Romero can go because we're going to need a really full pre-season. We're going to need a really full pre-season so that all these players can create some synergy and come together and get familiar with each other. There's no point doing all these deals in the last few minutes of the window when they're back from Australia. They need these 4 pre-season friendlies to really get used to each other. So that is why, guys, this is not a drill and this will be happening very, very quickly. You just had 2 in a row like that. It wasn't a one-off. Yeah, we're going for it. We're going for it. I don't know whether that was in the context of something else, Super JP, but we are. It doesn't matter how many trophies we have. It doesn't matter. We're going into a fresh season. Fresh season. Tonali and a Tuchemeni has been. I tell you what, I have not heard so many links with Man United as I have Tuchemeni, and that mostly comes from Alice and Terry, because those guys, they're like Tuchemeni. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably not a fit for Spurs. Tonali and Anderson, etc. for 100 million. Look, we have money. We have money. I personally don't have money, but our club has money. They put in 150 mil that never got spent. They put in 100 mil last year that never got spent. There is 250 mil sitting right there. We will get Romero money. We might get Bergvall money. We will get Richarlison money. We will get Papsar money. We will get Dragusin money. It will all work out, guys. It will all work out. Let it all work out. Nope, Solanke's staying, mate. Sorry. Sorry to disappoint. Solanke's staying. But don't worry, he's going to have a better season. We're actually going to have ballers who can progress a bloody ball and cross a ball. You know what I mean? Like we lacked that so much last season. You ain't selling Richie, who gets 17 goal assists, to go get someone who is 70 mil to risk bedding in period. I don't know what that means. You aren't selling Richie. No. The reason I feel like I'm flogging a dead horse here. The whole reason why we're selling Richie, or why he will go, is because he's got 1 year left on his contract and he can go for free in January to a club in Europe. That is why Richie will go, not because he's a bad player. I think he's a good player. He could go back to Everton and play for Everton. He probably could go back to Everton. He can still be a Prem player. He can still be a Prem player. The yes, he hasn't been consistent. Yes, he hasn't been like, carry Kane, but you're not going to compare anyone to Kane. We are not going to compare anyone to Kane. That is, everyone looks at Spurs and they're like, oh, they lack goals. Well, we got rid of Kane. Spurs are back. Spurs are back. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Anyway, guys, it is almost 25 to 9 or 20 to 9. And I'm going to go and have some sushi because I knew this was going to be a late one and I thought I don't want to have to put the oven on. So got some sushi for dinner. Anyway, guys, we have been talking about Tonali for like half an hour. So this better bloody go ahead. But anyway, thank you very much for the super chats, guys, especially Carl. Shout out to the Gooners who love the Spurs. Big up to you. See you next time. Yeah, and just to say, tomorrow, let's see what happens with Tonali. Let's see how that progresses. Monday, we will be back 5:45. We are doing Argentina versus Austria. Some of you have asked, are we doing England Ghana? Bear with me, I will confirm that. If you want updates, notifications, all of that, subscribe to the channel. And usually the community tab is pretty active. We have an amazing community here. If you are new around here, the community is absolutely amazing. So big up, shout out to you all. Fantastic contributions. I love having these chats with you guys, but also yeah, get everyone involved and subscribe to the community tabs, and then I'll post in there if we are going to do the watch along for the Ghana game, and all the details of the group stages are also in there as well. Once this week is over, we'll then reset and then we'll see what the draws are and how that's going to play out for the next phase of the knockouts of the competition, and then we'll know whether we're going to do any more watch alongs later down the line. So who eats sushi? I eat sushi. So guys, let's all pray that Tonali is going to happen. Overhaul of the midfield. The rebuild is well and truly underway, potentially. I say our third signing. Technically, it's our fourth because we've just renewed Pedro Porro. So maybe our next signing is going to be through the door by the time we do the next live. Fingers crossed, everyone. Pray that it's going to happen. Shame about the unwanted district. Don't worry. But otherwise, good. Sorry, James. No, I don't think that it's normal. It's the internet. It's the internet. It's the Wild West. People say stuff online that they would never say to someone in person. Do you know what I mean? So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't get offended. I'm a Spurs fan. We're used to it. We've had stick all season. We've had sit down if you're going down all bloody season. And at the end of the season, we're seeing we are staying up. So, you know, everyone's got to stick us for another season. So we can rub it in their faces when we beat them next year. Right, guys, enjoy Germany versus Ivory Coast coming up to you in 20 minutes, and I'll see you all very soon. I'm talking logic. Thiago dropped. Oh, I think so. Thiago just got dropped. But yeah, anyway, guys, big up to you all. Thanks for the super chats. I'll see you all very soon. Have a lovely evening.